today on the farm we're going to be harvesting sweet peas just outside of Iron City, Georgia. I planted these peas with a friend of mine that's also in the pea business. We grow them on his property down here so we can harvest them with his larger harvester. My harvester is a one-row harvester, and his harvester can harvest what's planted with a grain drill. A much wider head, can take out a bigger swath. So we grow our peas together, this type of pea anyway, on his place. It is currently the second week of April. So far this year we've harvested broccoli, cabbage, and carrots. All three of them though were hand harvest, kind of a market garden scenario. This is the first mechanical harvest crop of the year, and as y'all know, I harvest crops every month out of the year. This type of pea is not commonly grown in the South. We are about the only people I know that grow them. Most Southerners grow what we call southern peas, or some people call cow peas. They come off in mid-June to July. We plant these peas in January and February, and they come off right now in April and sometimes in March. See, the plants have been laid down and all the pods are stripped off. A bunch of fingers rotating inside here, and they're stripping them pods off. Pods then get on a belt, which takes it to the middle, and then goes up that throat. Now, we do not spray these peas with anything at all. These are totally organic, and so we don't get the optimal yield. We don't get the super high yield that the guys up north that grow these grow, and we're also limited by the heat that we have. It's been 90+ degrees some of the days out here in this field while these have been growing, and that severely limits the growth of these particular peas. However, being that we haven't sprayed anything on these, any herbicides or pesticides or fungicides, I feel good about feeding them to you. I feel good about selling them to my customers and you eating them, because I know what I've grown for you is a quality product. I do not ship any of this fresh produce because I can't guarantee the freshness of it if I ship it. So all our produce sales are local. Having a little bit of conundrum here. Some of the peas aren't quite fully matured. We got these here, they're kind of small. Some of the other ones are really, really mature. Check those out. Those are filled out. So we don't want to miss. We don't want to miss these. If we wait for these little ones to get filled out, then these big ones will be too mature. So you got to kind of make a judgment call. Are we missing more by waiting on these little ones? Or do we need to go ahead and get the big ones? I think right now we're going to keep rolling on these bigger peas, and we maybe as we get across the field we may slow up and give it a few days. You got to try to time it to get the optimal harvest. There's a large fan in there that's blowing. It sucks the trash out the top, blows it out the side, all the vines. The seeds that get from there, they go up and get to the hopper on the back. And we do leave a few behind. You can walk behind the picker here and find a few of them on the ground every now and then. You can't get them all. If you do get them all, then you pick up a lot of dirt. We don't want dirt in your peas. That ain't no good. Nobody likes dirt in the peas. So we leave a few on the ground. Don't run the header all the way down. Lose a few, but keeps peas in the hopper cleaner. Sweet peas is one of the more challenging things we do down here in South Georgia. Like I said, this crop is not typically grown down here, and this is one of the bigger challenges we have in produce farmers trying to master the sweet peas. We can't get them very tall. If we could get them taller, then it would facilitate the harvest better. We could get more, we could keep from losing most of the peas. You know, we have very, very minimal loss if we could get our plants a little taller. But Little problem getting them tall enough down here. I've grown them in the red clay on my farm, and they would lay over. The peas would be set up on an 18-inch vine, but the vine would then lay over and be on the ground. On Vic's dirt here, he has a lighter, sandier dirt. His don't grow as tall, but the vines do stay erect, and so I don't know which way is better. Mine, the vines are longer on my farm, but all the peas are laying in the dirt. As for his, you know, they're standing up, they're erect, but man, they are so close to the ground. The continuous flow pea sheller to come over here to the pea cleaner, the air cleaner made by Thompson Industries in Cairo, Georgia. What this machine does is it has a vibrating table right up under this hopper. This table vibrates. I can adjust how much it vibrates, and that adjusts how much flow comes down this chute. And then there's a fan. I have a fan adjustment back here on the back to give more air or less air. The more air I put through there, the more stuff blows through. If I put too much air, I blow the peas out, but if you don't put enough, you don't get them clean. So that's a fine-tuned adjustment you have to make on the back. And you come right here and look, see, am I leaving any material in there that I don't want? Or am I blowing peas over there in the garbage? So you gotta make that fine-tuned adjustment as you go. Once the peas have gone through the cleaner, they then come over here to the table where we bag out even bushels. An even shelled bushel is 8 pounds on the nose. All right, we got all the sweet peas shelled and in the cooler, and customers are on the way. And that brings me to my final points here. This is the beginning of pea season, and I get, out of all the videos I make, I get more comments, more, not online comments, but more emails, text messages, and phone calls from total strangers all over the country about peas than anything else. So people call me from all over the place, want to talk about peas. They want to get into pea business, need to know everything there is to know about planting peas and growing peas and shelling peas. And I know y'all are only going to hear the part of this you want to hear. You're not going to hear the whole part, but I beg you to listen to the whole thing. Peas is what has made me the most money over the past couple years. However, making money with peas is the single most difficult thing I do on the farm. Far more difficult than getting 150,000 subscribers on YouTube. Far more difficult than growing corn, soybeans, peanuts, wheat, grain sorghum, green beans, pumpkins. Anything I do, making money with peas is exponentially harder than anything else. There are a lot of ways to lose money growing peas. It is very difficult, but we've worked at it hard. The first 4 years we did it for a loss. and kept on refining the process, adding equipment, building a store, did all sorts of things to increase the market and work out all the bottlenecks, and we made it profitable. But it is very massively difficult to do. And if you don't have a stomach for working 80 hours a week and losing money 4 years in a row, then you don't have a stomach for being in the pea business. Anyway, I thank all y'all for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope to see you next time.